consumption of his word. Because faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word. So if I want faith, then this faith that we're talking about, then I have to be engrafted or engulfed by his word. A lot of us want faith in God, but we don't want the word of God. But you cannot separate the word of God and the faith of God.
You know, when we first started, we had this long name. It was Greater Kingdom Works International Ministries Foundation. Woo! Was the name of the church. But the church name is, I had used that Greater Kingdom Works for a long time, because I had a prison ministry that I did and an outreach ministry that I actually used Greater Kingdom Works. But it was, you know, the name, I knew I would start a church with that name, because we were in a Bible study and a friend of mine was in the spirit and busted out and said, greater works are happening. And that's when it jumped in my spirit, yes. Greater Kingdom Works, yes. International Ministries. And then as we moved to a new building, and things just kind of started to shift, not really the vision, but just how we did church and kind of what we were focusing on began to shift. And so we just had this idea of connecting. We wanted to connect people in the house, connect people to their vision, to their destiny, connect the world to the kingdom of God, connect people to the love of God. And we were thinking of connect groups, or we're thinking of small groups. And so what we did is we came up with this. One of our members, Quaisha, actually, she said we should call our groups connection groups. And when she said that same thing birthed in me again, that did the first time with the Greater Kingdom Works. And so we was like, what if we change the name to Connection Church? Yes. And that's when we made that change.
When I was 18, I had moved up to Oklahoma City from Chickasha, and I remember being downtown with some friends, or a friend, up to no good, of course. And two of the guys that already came here, they came and started evangelizing to us. And that was when I gave my life to Christ. And then I was like, what church y'all go to? And we started going here, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to hear this. I've got to be at this church. Like, it's amazing. And I remember texting Chantel, be like, is it too soon to join? And so, yeah, that's how
we decided we would visit. And when we came over to visit, there was just this sense of, I found the right place. So we found the right place. We still did visit a couple of Sundays before we actually joined. It was just one of those things I knew this is, we had that home feel to it. Seeing the passion of the leaders, specifically Pastor Tori, as well as just the common things we want to get all and be all of what God placed within us to be, who He created us to be.
My name is Cora Brown. I've been at Connection Church since I was 18, and I am now 26, so you do the math. When I first came to Connection Church, I was to myself. I was very shy, so I've been to many speaker classes, just got involved with ministries, and just got connected with different people, and that was way out of my comfort zone. And now that I have done it and done it multiple times, now I'm comfortable with doing it, so I measure that as growth. What brought me to Connection Church was just the freedom and just the love and just the word, and yeah, that's pretty much what drew me into Connection Church. The thing that impacts my life the most is really seeing change in myself and other people around me. So I'm just seeing growth and results.
Patterson. I've been here for about good 2 years. 2 years now? Almost gonna be 2 in the springtime. I like how open it is. How we can basically get on like any conversation without anything like started up, and just be open about it and be freely about it. And what I also like is, I don't know, like how you motivate people, like through the word that you give, not like only through like the Bible, but just in life in general. Like, do what you gotta do, push yourself, strive yourself, grow as a better person. I've noticed that when I first came in here, I came here as a young girl. I mean, I'm still a young girl, but I don't know, a girl trying to find herself and find the pieces to herself, and trying to find, you know, who she is as a person through God and what her purpose is. And let's just say through these 2 years, I've been finding the pieces. Being here and listening, I've been finding the pieces and knowing what my purpose is.
God always moves in darkness. So where there's a moment of darkness, the Bible says, out of darkness the light shines. So when there's chaos and darkness and all this stuff, that's the moment when God said, let there be light, because the earth was chaotic. And so I like to tell people this, that we are right on the precipice of the greatest move of God ever.
Yes.
And you know, we've had the Jesus revivals, we've had the great awakenings, we've had the reformations, we've had all of those things. But I believe what's about to happen in our nation and around the world is that there's going to be a major release of God's glory and major revival, but even deeper than revival, a major reformation for the 21st century and beyond. It's really going to draw people into the fact that God is God and He is who He said He is. And so I'm really excited about it, and I believe this generation is a generation that's sparking this move. And we'll see racism break down, we'll see denominational breakdown, we'll see all this stuff happen because of this move of God that God is releasing in this generation.
That is powerful.
January 14th, as a matter of fact, of 2008 was when we started. And basically we started with a Bible study. So it was a Bible study that started in an apartment complex with 3 people, and it grew from that place to, we went to the Metro Tech, outgrew the Metro Tech, and finally there was a moment when I knew that it was time to launch a church. As we had a lot of young people that were coming, and it was just a moment that we said, okay, let's do it. It's time to launch a church.
Just because of the badge you wear, you got authority, my God. You can stop a police officer can be one man, and his badge can stop a semi. Won't stop, and the semi will stop. Not because the police officer has more physical power, but because he has more authority. God Almighty. Let me let you understand something, that you are positionally higher than the devil. So you are positioned in authority, that no matter what the devil brings your way, you can just stop.
Lack of empowerment, and anytime you see something there's a lack of, oftentimes if that thing bugs you, you're called to it. That's good. And so I felt called to a generation that needed to be empowered and pushed into destiny and pushed into purpose.
Oh wow, that's good. And so you're speaking, amen, somebody. So you're speaking, you believe you are called to a now generation.
A right now generation.
A right now generation.
A remnant.
I just have this long paragraph for a vision statement, but we condense it down to, we produce real environments where real people experience real change. Wow. And so that really speaks to environments with the praise and worship, the environments of prayer, the environments of the word, real environment that's authentic. That's awesome. Where real people. So that's all about people can come and be real. Okay. So you don't have to hide behind this facade. You don't have to be fake. You can really be who you are. I like to say we're a no judgment zone. Awesome. So you come in however you come in. There's no judgment. You get to be a real person. So real people, and that's what I believe leads us to real change. So once you have the real environment, you can be real. Then real change can take place in that moment. And sometimes we have an artificial change where we only change while we're here because we couldn't be real here. But if you can come in broken like you really are, then you can actually get to that place of real change.
All through the Old Testament, there's this prophecy. Jesus, this Messiah is coming. The King is coming. He's going to bring a kingdom. You get ready. Royalty is coming. A son is born. The government will be on his shoulders. Get ready. And he gives a baby. Wow. Do you know why most people miss Jesus? Because they were expecting him to show up with a royal robe on and a crown in all of his glory, walking in and saying, I'm the king ready to take over. And so most people missed him because they weren't looking for a baby. Which tells me that most of us miss purpose because we're looking for something that is already fully expressed. And when God gives us a seed, we throw the seed and say, that ain't it. That ain't what I was looking for. God says, no, pick up the seed. And and you pray again. Oh, God, send me. I'm ready, God. Yeah. You do all the stuff. And God says, here you go. This is not it.
Yeah, I remember walking into this church that had been abandoned, really. A pastor had it before, and it just pretty much let it go to nothing. And I walked into it, and literally there was cobwebs on the wall. It was this ugly blue walls there. Then there were pews that were cracked, like all down the middle, just a bunch of pews that were cracked. And then there was this big crack down the center of the floor in the church. Wow. And I walked in and said, this is it. I was like, this is it. And I went in there and just had vision. And I took a team in there, and everybody kind of looked at me like really? But we went in there and we totally remodeled, reconstructed that building and turned it into just an amazing place to start. And so that was our starting place. It was actually a church. It was an old church. And as a matter of fact, the whole building was made out of brick, like cinder block bricks. And so that's where we started, and just amazing, powerful things happened in those first few years at that building. Things all over the nation, teaching leaders and churches and things like that. But then again, going to East Africa in the mountains of Kilimanjaro, doing leadership conferences, to Dominican Republic, doing leadership conferences where, it was a surreal moment in Dominican when we were getting ready to go in and do this conference, and we pulled up to the church and we saw a line of pastors wrapped around the building, waiting to get into the building. It was just amazing to see that. It was a surreal moment. Like, this is real. This is crazy. And because you go from starting with a few people, we started with maybe 15 college students, really. Wow. And you go from starting that to really seeing the effect that you're having around the world. It's nothing like it. There's no feeling like it. You can't even describe it to what that does for you.
Hey, Pastor Tori, what's going on, man? It's Andy Henriquez. Listen, man, I just wanted to drop in to say congratulations on 11 years of ministry at the Connection Church, man. That is something to be absolutely proud of, man. And let me just tell you something. The moment that I met you and your First Lady, Janelle, I knew that there was something amazing about you guys. And then to have the opportunity to have you guys right there in the room with me, serve alongside of me. And let me just tell you, man, I am so grateful that you are part of my family now. I'm so grateful for the seeds that you have sown into my business, into my ministry, man. And I just am grateful to be able to witness how God continues to use you, man. So all I say, man, is just continue to do the good work, continue to increase your capacity, continue to bring people to Christ and lift the people up, and ultimately, of course, allow them to have eternal salvation, man. And so I'm wishing that this is just 11 of many, 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 many more years to come, man. And I am just here standing in affirmation, in agreement in the assignment that God has placed upon your life, man. And so congratulations once again to the first 11 years at Connection Church. And I hope to be here again for the next 11 years and the next 11 years so I can congratulate you some more, brother. Thank you so much for allowing me this opportunity to sort of chime in and tell you how very proud I am of you and the work that God is doing through you. Take care, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Church.
Congratulations on 11 years of ministry. Pastor Tori, Lady Janelle, we love you guys. You're some of our best friends. Stacy and I will never forget that when we were at a time in our lives where we were going through a relaunch of our own, you were the first people that God brought back into our lives to help us move from that season we were stuck in to the season that God had ready for us next. So sorry that I'm out of town and can't be a part of your celebration, but just want you to know I love you very much and very proud to call you friend, man. Congratulations.
What's up, Pastor Tori, Pastor Jay? Man, this is your boy, Sid Carter, just coming to you live from Connection Church and say I appreciate you too. I appreciate the vision that God has given you all. I tell people all the time, the only reason I'm still here is because of you all's ministry, the vision that you all have, and the mission and purpose of what we're all doing here. And so you all have changed my life, totally changed my life, totally changed my mindset, who I am in Christ. And I'll never be the same because of the vision that you all have for this church. And so we appreciate everything that you do, things seen and things unseen. as well. From the bottom of my heart, I love you too, and I appreciate you.
Wanting to reach the nations of the world. We started the church as Greater Kingdom Works International because I knew there was something international about our ministry that was going to be there. And then we branched into, taking trips to Southeast Asia. We went to Africa first, East Africa, Southeast Asia, Thailand. We saw all kind of places to reach people, and it became a strong part of us to build leaders, because that's what we do. We build leaders. So when we go to these other countries, it's really all about leadership development probably more than anything.
Hey, Pastor Tori, Pastor Janelle. I just got on here to say thank you so much for your ministry and your hard work over the years. You guys have personally blessed my life with the word and your kind spirits. Just being reconciled and reconnected with my purpose and who I am, and just going on that journey. So being a part of this ministry, I have confidence now that I didn't have before. I'm being reconnected with who I am when there was a time in my life that I didn't feel like I could be used again. So I just want to say thank you for your ministry, and I'm looking forward to many more years together.
Pastor Tori and Janelle Montgomery, what can I say? Wow, two awesome individuals who I've had the privilege of knowing now for several years. And I love the work that y'all do. I love the ministry work that y'all do. I love the entrepreneurial work that you do. I love the vision of entrepreneurship that you guys have for the people of God. I love the vision of ministry that you guys have. And I just appreciate both of you so much. And I'm so thankful to the Lord that He brought you into my life. And I want to congratulate you on your anniversary. Wow. Amazing things have taken place over the last several years in my life, in your life, and in your ministry. And I want to congratulate you. I thank God for the blessing that you are to the people who attend your ministry. I want to thank God for the blessing that you are to the people who are in your lives. I'm sure you're not just a blessing to me, but you're a blessing to all that come across you. So thank you for the work that you do. I just got back from the Holy Land. I just got back from Israel. This is one of my Jerusalem hats that I bought in Jerusalem, in the old city. And hopefully one of these days you guys will get to go with us to Jerusalem or to Greece, or when we do like one of those trips where we do Greece and Israel and Egypt all in one. That'll be fantastic. But I really appreciate y'all and the work that you do. And I'm so thankful that the Lord brought you into my life. The world is a better place because y'all are in it. The world is a brighter place because of the light that you let shine through you. Stay blessed and always stay a blessing.
Hi, Pastor and Lady J. I just want to say that since I have been at Connection Church, you all have empowered me, inspired me, made me want to go deeper in the Lord, deeper in studying my skill and my craft and what God has shown me that I need to do. I just want to say I love you. Thank you for being the leaders and following the vision of God that He has put in your heart, because without that, I wouldn't be here. So thank you so much. I love you.
Pastor Tori and Janelle, I just wanted to take the time to say thank you all very much for this ministry, and also for just being great people and people who really care about other people growing in leadership. And I really do appreciate how y'all have instilled in me the importance of excellence in ministry and personal life. And I'm just really grateful for just having the opportunity to sit under great leadership. Not only has this leadership helped me in ministry, but it also has helped me in my personal development. And I'm just very happy to be a part of this ministry. Thank you so much.
We're really a church that steps into the greater works, which is really being the hands and feet of Jesus and being able to step out and really do what He has designed us to do and walk in our purpose, live out our destiny. So I think if you believe, He said, those that believe on me will do the works that I do, and greater works than these shall you do also. So that's been the foundation of the script of what we do. And then also out of Isaiah that says we're repairers of the breach. Yes. And so that's the connection piece. We fix the gaps that are in the world, the gaps that are in the family, the gaps that are in, financial gaps. We repair those gaps that are out there so that we can flourish and be everything that we're designed to be.
Well, hello there, Connection family, and Pastor Tori Montgomery. Congratulations on 11 years of powerful service, not only in the great state of Oklahoma, but internationally and abroad. We bless you, sir, for this particular season of not only the ministry, but of your life. We say to God be the glory. I thank God for what you bring to this city. I thank God that even as you serve in this city, that people see you as a man of God that is serving, that is loving, and that is doing all that God has for them to do. I want to particularly give you a word that speaks to your name and to the power of your name. This beautiful name certificate I plan to present to you officially, but it describes your name, and as it describes the detail of your name, it describes how you conduct business and how you move about this city. I found it to be fascinating. Your name actually means God's goodness. In the Hebrew, it is the word Tobiah, meaning and implying that God uses you for good. And that as you go about doing good in this city, that it raises the level of expectation upon the people that you serve and upon the people that your influence touch. To you, Pastor Tori Montgomery, I pray that God will continue to pour you out over this city and use you in a profound and powerful way. Even as your name describes, that when people encounter you, they encounter the goodness of the Lord. That name also implies that you are intuitive and that you seek the goodness of the Lord, that your passion is in the Word and finding the treasures and the revelation that is there. Not only that, you rest under the wonderful tribe of Simeon, sir. We bless you and empower you to continue to go forth in the will, plans, and purposes of God. We say to you not only to be inspired and motivated in this now season that you're resting in, but that the people of God, those that you serve, will begin to respond with a spirit of maturity and excellence and growth as you minister the goodness of our God. I bless you and prophesy, amen, that the very will of God will come to pass. Your birthstone, or the stone of this particular Simeon, is the stone of the emerald. Amen. Wow, what a name of prosperity. What a stone or a color that represents healing and growth. And we release that in its fullness over you. And we say, to God be the glory in this season of your ministry. Pastor Tori and Connection Church, be encouraged as God pours out his goodness.
The biggest things I would tell people is don't give up. That's one of the biggest things. The biggest, if you can get that concept in your mind that it's never a point to quit. Because sometimes we quit too early and things happen, and here's the thing, something's going to happen in anything you do. Yes. And it's not ever going to go exactly how you design or you want it to go. But if you get in your mind, I'm not going to quit. Yes. It was one a great leader in our American history said, never give up. That's it. And so we have to be at that place in our mind, and reconcile that within our spirit. I'm never going to give up, no matter what, because you will see the reward by being consistent and faithful.
Y'all can go ahead and repeat after me and say, I am so happy and grateful. I am so happy and grateful.